What's up, YouTube? This is Sly88Fry here. So, it's been a while since I've reacted to JonTron. Um, I missed out on reacting to his previous video that was uploaded according to the thing 3 weeks ago. And actually, the reason for that was actually because it's not just because I do fewer reaction videos nowadays, since my priority is my Johnny Depp shorts, but it was in the month of March, and the only thing I was reacting to in March were Nostalgia Critic reviewing the Pirates of the Caribbean films. I figured since it's the shorts I've uploaded of Johnny Depp that have really boosted my channel in views and subscribers, um, and I still have a fan base that watches my reaction videos, and it's easier to monetize a longer video than it is to monetize a short. So even though I'm getting way more views on my shorts, I could still get almost equal amount monetization on my longer videos, despite them getting way fewer views. Depends though. Don't want to get into all the analytics and stuff. But anyway, I figured, okay, so maybe the fans who have been watching my Johnny Depp shorts and the people who watch my reaction videos would both, watch reaction videos to Johnny Depp oriented stuff, i.e., Nostalgia Critic reviewing the Pirates of the Caribbean films, all five of them. So that's why I did that. Um, I will point out that last night, or yesterday, while I was out working, I had my phone on and I was watching the previous JonTron episode, which was the most shameless dating shows. And I never heard of the button. I never heard of that until his video, but I have heard of Dating in the Dark. I actually knew about that show back when it was around in the mid to late 2000s, whenever it was it came out. I forget when. I don't believe it lasted very long, but see, I'm not somebody who's really into watching these kind of dating shows or reality shows or anything like that. I think they're kind of dumb. It's clearly set up in a certain way. I mean, these are actual people. These people are not actors. They are actual people reacting to the actual situation, but it's still kind of set up in a way to kind of, you know, for the ratings. And I gotta say though, Dating in the Dark was kind of an interesting one. A former friend of mine had mentioned that he watched a few episodes and mentioned how just it just goes to show how nasty human nature can be, because these people would actually get along with each other so well in the dark when they can't see each other and only just hear each other. But then um, once they finally get to see what each other look like, they suddenly, oh, they don't want to date anymore because one of them's ugly. Like it's really messed up. um, this former friend of mine, he mentioned that one chick didn't want to date a dude on the show because he was too short. And this chick was kind of, a little taller for a chick. She was like 5'7". I'm 5'9". That's not that much taller than her. And I'm considered average height at 5'9". So, yeah, that's kind of messed up that she's like, oh no, he's too short. you know. Um, but I will point out that I did see one episode of Dating in the Dark. That was all I watched, but I was intrigued by it. I just didn't really care to bother to watch it again, I guess. But it was like one of those things like, oh, I'll watch it once. It was interesting, but I don't feel like watching it again. It's one of those kind of things. And the episode I watched, the first couple, they actually had gotten along really well. I mean, like, really well. But then when they got to see what each other looked like, the guy's like, "Oh my God, she's so beautiful. I can't wait to get to know her some more outside the show." And then, but when she saw him, she's like, "Oh, he's ugly. I don't want to date him." Like, what about how well you two got along? Get over that, you know. Um, so yeah, he waited for her on the balcony. She went out the front door, left him. I don't remember what happened with the second couple. I do recall once again the guy waited for her. She went out the front door and left. I believe she just didn't find him attractive or thought he was too short or something. I don't remember. But um, The third couple was different though, because I kind of had a feeling this third couple was going to work because not only did they get along so well, but they're what people would call attractive looking people. So I was like, I think they'll actually get it to work. And instead of the guy waiting on the balcony, the chick waited on the balcony, and he came out to the balcony to see her. So they went on to date after the show ended, and I don't know how far their relationship went after that, but yeah, I kind of had a feeling those two would work out, mostly because they both were actually what would be considered good-looking people. So it does kind of, yeah, go to show how nasty human nature can be, unfortunately, but that's what kind of got me curious about it. But like I said, I didn't watch any more after that. So I am aware of Dating in the Dark. I've heard of it. I've seen it before. So I was a little surprised. I remember when I was watching shameless dating shows, I was thinking, is he going to bring up this one? I don't think he's going to. He's not going to bring this one up. But he did. So that was interesting. Anyways, why don't we get started with the actual video? Instead of the most shameless dating shows, JonTron's doing one called the most cursed dating shows. So that's going to be interesting. But yeah, I just made it clear I already watched the previous episode, so I'm not going to do a reaction to it. I only react to things that recently came out. I mean, I'm actually 2 days late on this, so I can't really postpone this any longer. Let's continue.
Welcome to JonTron's Dating Show, Part 2.
I see all of you are back as intended because you remembered to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon. Last time, as you may remember, we looked at the button and Dating in the Dark. But alas, we're still only halfway there. Contestant number 3 is Sexy Beasts, for when being human just gets too boring, I guess. So Netflix thought that shutting off the lights and shoving people into a dark room was just, too obvious, too passé, and dare I say, too low budget for their standards. So they came up with a similar...
It is pretty low budget. They turned off the lights. That would be low budget, yes.
Similar idea to Dating in the Dark, but this time, instead of obscuring their bodily forms, they obscured their entire species, too. Enter Sexy Beasts, a show that was almost undoubtedly conceived because one of the producers always wanted to know what it'd be like to go on a date with Falcor. Hey Falcor, you seem like a pretty nice guy and all, but I'm pretty sure the Italian restaurant was like 20 blocks back. Yeah, I saw it. This is not my idea of romance. I'm not ready to join the Mile High Club! Sorry about that. I felt compelled to add that. Anyways, so yeah, basically, this is a show where they dress people up in horrifying monster prosthetics so no one knew what anyone actually looked like, and then had them go on dates to see if the love could hold true without the goods immediately on display. Only going off primal instincts like smell of musk, snout ratio, and credit score. Now, on the face of it, the concept sounds actually potentially interesting, but the thing I can't get past is they didn't even really make a proper attempt to accomplish that because not all the costumes are created equal, either in like craftsmanship, quality, or just like general disgustingness. So even though they're trying to make it like a level playing field, ultimately, if you get this one, you're just gonna get set back no matter what you do. Like your reptile brain's not gonna be able to look past that one. I don't care who you are, no matter how into your favorite band she is, you're just not getting past the limbic system on that one. Okay, let's do a little game here. I'm gonna look at all the costumes and I'm gonna sort them into categories of like passable, mid, and just like forsaken. All right, first up is Panda. Okay, this one's like pretty standard. See, because like I'm telling you, like some are really normal, like this one. Yeah. This looks like a standard fursuit, and some are not. So yeah, I'd say Panda is pretty standard. So we'll put her in passable. Number 2, Lady Mouse. See, it's normal like the Panda, but it's just somehow worse. I'm not sure why. Ugh, not quite forsaken, but. I don't know. It's really unsettling to me. Mouse will go mid.
Sure.
Okay, number 3, and this is where it starts to get spicy. We got Dolphin Lady. Look at that. No, don't smile at me like that. Don't turn your head either. See, like, I'm telling you, you're across from the Panda or you're across from that. Who's gonna win? I don't care. I don't care what you tell me. Is that a blowhole or a third eye? Oh God. I just thought I shouldn't say it. What are you gonna do with that blowhole later? See, that's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. And that's why this is forsaken.
Yes,
that's why. Now, I mean, there's lots of reasons why, but that's a big one. And then we have the Zombie Sisters, okay? Which one would you choose? Yeah, we got Brains in a Jar here, Bride of Frankenstein. But it's really, honestly, I think it might be better than the other zombie one somehow. Like, that's definitely better. Because this one just looks like... Let's just say this one looks like they are the survivor of a horrific accident. The other one looks...
Yeah, the blue one is like Nebula, but instead of being made out of machinery, she actually got actual parts that are broken.
Looks like something you might find at Spirit Halloween. I'm sorry. But like, of the Zombie Sisters, that's like below Forsaken.
Oh my god.
It's down here.
That's brutal.
She gets her, I forgot to even make a category for her. Bride of Frankenstein, whatever. I'll put it in mid. It's better than the Dolphin. Like, I can see at least like maybe having a nice date with the Bride of Frankenstein, but no, I wouldn't be able to take my eyes off that blowhole. Oh. Now we be getting into strange waters. Because what the fuck is this? Did the Grinch have an affair with one of the Who's down in Whoville that we don't know about or something? That looks like the product. What even were they going for? With the other ones, you can kind of tell. Panda, mouse, dolphin, what? Why? Was the costume designer bored? She have a hangover? What happened? Forsaken. For fucking saken. It can't get worse, right? It can and it will, and here it is. Bug! Bug. Realistic bug. Because there's other bugs in this show, right? But it's also pretty bad there. But like this is like hyper realistic bug. You got like the what do you call it, a proboscis? Okay, I wasn't planning on doing this one, but I'll put it here just for reference. So you got like a variation of bugs here. You got like the frog, you got like the bug, but then the bug, you know? Because I'll put like the frog's even impassable. Okay. This is a mid bug.
Yeah.
We don't talk about this bug.
We don't talk about
That's
this
all
bug.
I'm saying. Next up, Tree Lady. I hope
A frog isn't a bug, though. It's like the way he described it made it sound like he was calling a frog a bug, but I don't know. Frogs are gross like bugs, so I guess that's why.
her bite is as bad as her bark. Next up, Tree Lady. I hope her bite is as bad as her bark. Meow. I mean, whatever the sound a tree makes.
Okay.
She's passable. I'll have relations with the tree. Who's next? Pterodon or something. I'm not really sure what this one's supposed to be. You gotta worry about teeth and beak.
Kind of makes me think of the characters in the show Dinosaur, that ABC sitcom from the 90s. Watch on Disney Plus. It's pretty fun.
Mid at best. Mid at best. Shark
I
Terror.
thought it was passable. What the fuck?
Unforgivable.
Oh, I don't know.
Unforgivable.
Unforgivable.
I honestly, I guess there's something below Forsaken.
Oh,
God, look at that
what the
one.
hell?
Okay, screw it, I'm out. I can't do this anymore. We can look past the crimes against biology here, and let's see if they're actually having some nice dates, because that's the point of the show after all. Let's check in with one of our couples.
Okay.
I definitely feel like I got a good chance because I'm ready like Teddy. Let's get it.
And Nigel has the perfect opportunity to cook up some romance with Devon. A private apple tart making class with top celebrity chef Jean-Christophe Novelli.
Wow.
Oh la la!
My wife and I, when I first ever met her, I made her a tarte tatin.
Look, we'll just go with apple upside down cake, and no one's got to get hurt.
Okay.
Now, if there's anything you do not like,
Now would probably be a time to tell you that I hate apples.
They think it's funny? It's a joke to them? What am I supposed to do with this? Every apple from Leon is currently in this building.
are you serious?
Biting into an apple is probably the most stressful thing that you can ask me to do.
So I don't exactly know how to
Wow,
square this
that-
circle, but the lady in the tiger makeup, apparently her greatest fear is apples, and so they brought her here to deal specifically and only with apples today. It's kind of like a low-budget bootleg version of that Mari episode where he like gets that girl that's terrified of pickles and just immediately traumatizes her with them.
I respect that because I hate bananas. I think they taste like spit.
Good to know.
Let's start cooking the apples.
La 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 la.
It's the sound and texture.
You mean this?
Yes.
Yes, yeah, thank you. That is what I meant. Yes, thanks. You mean like this? This is what you're talking about? Just my reference, just for the show notes. This is the thing that's bothering you?
I knew the devil wasn't a
That would
fan
bother
of
me,
the
actually.
sound So I stepped in and cut it up for her just to be a nice guy because that's just genuinely how I am.
She can still hear it, dude. You're like in earshot, closer than earshot, really. If you really wanted to help her, what I would have done, just take a whole arm, wrap it around, cover both ears like that, chop with the free hand. That's what I would have done. And then at the end, we find out they're all conventionally attractive after all. Wow, what a shocker. So it was staged and pointless the entire time? They got me again. 3 down, just 1 more to go. So please, everyone give a warm welcome to Room Raiders, the worst thing MTV has done since starting.
Come on, MTV used to be great. When they used to focus on music videos, when they had Beavis and Butthead in the 90s, they just decided to suck because they focused on reality shows. I think I remember Room Raiders. That was huge in the 2000s. And, you know, I never really wanted to watch the show, but my damn older brothers would always put that damn show on, so I would be sucked into watching it all the time. And, oh my. At the very least, in that show, it's one where, since they aren't aware of what the other person looks like, they are literally judging them completely based on what their habits are, what they do in their home, basically. Or at least the first impression of it by seeing what their room looks like. Of course, they do that, what's it, that forensic light, so you can see, you know, what your eyes normally can't see, you know, semen, food particles, stuff like that. But yeah. At the end, what was it? They would decide, oh no, they're not interested in the person, and then you'd finally see what the person looks like, and oftentimes they'd be like, oh, I rejected someone so hot. It's like, well, maybe that's a good thing you did because you didn't like everything else about him or her, you know? Anyways, yeah, I remember that show. It's admittedly kind of funny, but it's just, I didn't like that I was sucked into watching it all the time.
Okay, so I've saved my personal favorite for last, you know, because we've tried making a dating app in real life, we've tried turning out the lights, we've tried changing species, you know, it's not working, okay? The person being there must be the root of the problem, so I say screw it, let's just get to the issue here and don't even bother interacting with anyone. I want to date a woman I can't even see in theory, and that's exactly what Room Raiders by MTV is all about.
That is also a problem with the show, is that they never even see the person until after they're done raiding the room. Like, that's, yeah, it's a bit much.
Sort of. I'll let them. It's exactly what Room Raiders by MTV can't even see in theory. And that's exactly what Room Raiders by MTV is all about. Sort of. I'll let them do the explaining for me.
Sure.
The girls have no idea KJ is on his way. By catching them off guard, they'll have no time to clean up or hide any of their belongings. To conceal their identity, we've removed all photos and anything that gives away how they look.
Right now, oh my God.
How do you feel? You know, how do you feel after watching that? You feel good? Do I even have to say anything? You know, will that help? Will it fix anything if I do? The psychos did it. It's invisible dating. No one ever sees anyone ever. That's literally the premise. Unironically, it's kind of genius. The basis of this show, from what I can gather, is that they lie to a bunch of women and tell them they're gonna be on a normal dating show. Like, they film their testimonials beforehand and they show them at the beginning and everything.
My name is Natasha. I'm 19 years old. I'm a student and a model as well. I love dressing up. That's one of my favorite things about modeling.
That's great. Now shut up and get in the back of my unmarked van. Like, you'd have to think these girls are actually thinking, like, is this real? Like, should I resist? Should I scream?
You're turning my person?
No. I didn't flush my turd or feed my dog. Seriously? Not even the dog? So yeah, to recap, basically.
Oh, that's awesome. That was JonTron dressing. Cross-dressing right there. That was amazing. Let me see that again.
Should I resist? Should I scream?
You're turning my person?
No. I didn't flush my turd or feed my dog. Seriously? Not even the dog? So yeah, to recap, basically our boy KJ here, he goes to these women's houses while they watch him remotely from the back of this van. And even if they did want to escape, they gotta...
They also do. They also have the men watch from the van and have a woman check out the rooms too. Those are the ones I've seen the most. Actually, I've seen this way of it as well, but it sucks that I remember this show because God damn it, I didn't really want to watch it.
Contend with this staring at him from the opposite angle. This van. And even if they goes to these women's houses while they watch him remotely from the back of this van. And even if they did want to escape, they gotta contend with this staring at him from the opposite angle. Okay, you're not getting past the guy with the boom pole. I'm just saying. And yeah, he actually doesn't know what they look like. He's just supposed to find out if he likes them based on their house that they didn't even have a chance to clean up or put away their sensitive materials. So just what else I gotta say? Enjoy this.
Oh my god.
What's up, girls? My name is KJ, and I'm gonna be picking one of you today for a date.
What's up? He is cute. Oh my God.
However,
Is he though? Is that all it takes? You know, have I been getting? It's because I'm skipping the kidnapping step. That's why I'm not getting the girls.
No.
I mean, you learn something new every day.
No.
all right, they're giving me.
Hold on. What did?
I mean, you learn something new every day.
Just commit a felony. It's horrible.
All right, they're giving me some spy tools to help search through your rooms. All right, we got some white gloves here. Of
course.
I'm gonna be checking the entire room for dust. We got a black light here, tongs. Probably be picking some underwear up out of the drawer with these.
Man, my spy kit sucks compared to his. All I got was silenced pistol, fiber wire, heart attack causing nano swarm. This one controls the dolphin with the laser on its head, but honestly, it's like pretty impractical anyway. Shut up! Shut the fuck up! Literally!
Doesn't compare to sharks with laser beams on their heads.
Vicks nasal spray.
We're here in West New York. Seems like a pretty urban neighborhood. She lives right on top of a garage here.
Downsides, she might smell like WD-40. Upsides, she might taste like WD-40. I mean, the show's been pretty cool so far, but you know what's been lacking? It's been devoid of harassing an innocent Hispanic man working below where she lives. You know, if we can get a little more of that.
But hey, excuse me.
Oh no.
My man, how you doing?
Perfect. Now it's perfect.
Oh god.
Oh, do you know the girl upstairs? The girl that lives upstairs? Yeah? Yeah, she's pretty.
Sir, do you need an oil change?
All right, we're here at the first apartment. See a bunch of trophies here. See some maybe softball or baseball. I'm guessing that she's pretty athletic. And we got a closet. We got some clothes.
So do you like her? Like, do you think, like, are you gonna pick her?
Nice. She's got a butt. All right, the house is, you know, not too decorated, so I'm thinking that your bedroom will probably be the same.
No, you're not.
Okay.
So yeah, now he goes through her room, he does some weird shit, he talks to her gerbil, smells her underwear, and basically reveals his absolute genius.
I think we'll start off with a little dust check.
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
Here we go.
Yeah, quite a bit of dust.
That hamster is fucking filthy.
You would never find that in my room.
I would throw my gerbil in the washing machine, the dishwasher if I'm in a hurry.
Oh my.
What do we have over here? Oh, we have a naked guy.
Oh my.
What the hell is that? Now that is some peak mid-2000s spyware if I've ever seen it. Holy crap. Most people just settled for Bonzi Buddy, but damn, she's just straight up running naked trojandance.exe over here. Don't interrupt him, Kay. He's busy stealing her identity. The dance is just there to distract you while he rifles through your AIM messages.
All right, we're all done here. I'm looking forward to seeing what's in room number 2. My first.
That actually reminds me. I used to have I don't know if you call it a screensaver, but there used to be something I had on my computer back in the 2000s where it was called sheep.exe, and basically you opened it and there'd be sheep just walking around on your desktop screen, and you could actually interact with them. You could click on them, drag them around, you know, drop them, and it was so simple, but for some reason it was just fun. I don't know, there were other ones I've had, but that's the one that sticks out the most.
First impression when all right, we're all done here. I'm looking forward to seeing what's in room number 2. My first impression when I first got to the place was that, yeah, it was obviously a little bit different than, you know, where I lived. When I first walked in, I saw all of the awards, but it's not really my style.
So he finishes with Natasha's house, and now he's headed to Pauline's. God only knows what he'll find there.
Seems like a pretty cool house. It's got some style. Nice, big, comfortable couch.
Oh, they're all Polish magazines.
What is that, Russian? And the phone's ringing.
God.
Hi, how are you? We have Joy on the line. She's calling to confirm a massage appointment for next week. Do you know the family, Joy?
That's with the aunt.
Joy was telling me that they're really nice people. What is Pauline's figure like?
Oh, relatively athletic.
Relatively athletic. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
I use that for my shower.
Hey, thanks, Pauline. I tell you what, hygiene is one of my #1 things.
That's horrifying.
Smells good.
So after all that, he goes around investigating the olfactory vibrations of her underwear some more, as he is prone to do, and he moves on to the final house.
Looks like a really nice house. Beautiful living room.
Who are you?
right here. I also
Andrea, run!
noticed
There's a man in the
something right
house!
here, which
Andrea!
I think is pretty cool. Wow, this room is awesome. She obviously likes art, and she's got this picture up here. Looks like freaks throwing up gang signs or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but no, in all honesty,
Okay, that's like one of the most famous paintings in the world that you don't know what it is. What the fuck?
This picture up here. Looks like freaks throwing up gang signs or something. I don't know.
yeah, but no, in all honesty, I do agree with you. That picture.
What the? You know, they like to say that Lois Griffin says groceries a lot, but I used to watch like a lot of Family Guy. Like I binged a lot of episodes on Hulu, and she really doesn't say groceries as often as they say she does. And remember that one time I shot our Dudgeter, Meg Griffin? You can't even spell daughter? Who typed this shit? And it says grocery, not groceries. The saying that they say she says is groceries, not grocery. The fuck? I don't know where you found this, but somebody intentionally messed up. I would hope.
It's cool and all, but
Freaks throwing up gang signs or something. I don't know.
yeah, but no, in all honesty, I do agree with you. That picture is cool and all, but I prefer Peter Shoots Meg screenshot from ifunny.co. For me personally, yeah, this is the one I'd be putting up in my house. So anyways, KJ finishes up at the last house, and they finally let the girls out of the back of the van so they can find out in this epic conclusion which one of them was picked based on the consistency of the grease on their MacBook's trackpad, or some other factor, we hope.
KJ is about to meet the girls for the first time.
Hello. What are you guys doing?
So this part I absolutely love, because for the entire episode, you know, he was a big man, but now that he's like actually face to face with them, it's a totally different KJ.
Yeah. Well, it is a little awkward.
Hello.
I didn't expect there to actually be girls on the end of this. Sorry I smelled your juice.
He's made his choice, and there's no going back.
Okay.
It's so perfect. I can't even joke about it. Just look at his face. He's just like, oh man, like, is this karma? Is this the direct, genuine consequences of my true actions?
It's a lot harder with you guys standing here, but obviously I really have a tough decision to make. But I do have to eliminate one of you right now.
I'm sorry, but we all signed the same contract. Always read the fine print.
Oh my god.
So he picks Andrea, and I guess she wins? And the other girls just berate him relentlessly on the way out.
I am not a fat ass. You said that I was probably kind of
Stretch your pants.
and you should definitely broaden your horizons a little bit when it comes down to choosing girls.
It was really embarrassing when he found those handcuffs, and then when he was reading the letters from my ex.
All right, your room is definitely clean, but I gotta say, I think I got you beat.
Oh, you think your room is better than my room?
Yeah.
But I really am glad that you picked me.
I give them till they get halfway down the driveway. Okay, it's time to announce our lucky winner. Drum roll, please. It's going to be MILF Manor, because you guys told me you wanted that in here.
Wait till he finds out about MILF Manor. Oh my god. Okay, because this is him responding to the comments of the first video. That's funny as hell. Surprised he didn't review MILF Island. Wait, is it MILF Manor or MILF Island? What the fuck? I'm willing to bet MILF Island will get an honorable mention somewhere. What? No MILF Manor? Wow, those microphones the dinosaurs had are of such good quality. Also, how can this video exist without including MILF Man? Wait, what do you mean microphones the dinosaurs have? What are you, like 5 years old? Jeez.
It's going to be MILF Manor! Because you guys
What? He missed the MILF Manor thing?
told me you wanted that in here. I looked it up and I cried for 25 minutes straight. I hope you can live with yourselves. I'm not talking about the mommy milkies if the boys are in the back seat. What's wrong with you, you sick fucks?
I just want to confirm it's this kind of thing that makes your inside squirm with horror?
Back to the damn Apple thing.
Is this and not another category of thing?
Oh my god.
This is what does it for you? Hang on, you're not gonna believe what it sounds like when I spit in the air really fast, make it blow up.
Oh my god, this episode was amazing. Even better than even better than his previous shameless dating shows episode that I had watched yesterday but didn't react to. So, wow. Wow. Okay, that was really hilarious. Yeah, these are cursed dating shows does seem to be fitting the category. That is some weird shit. I'd say he just about covers it all, really. Not that much more I could really add to it. I do remember that now, though. I remember how it is with that stupid room raiders thing. Like, the other two that the person doesn't choose, they're always so salty about not being chosen. You know, they're always like, oh, well, maybe you should broaden your horizons, or, oh, I wish you weren't so judgmental. I'm better in other ways. Like, just deal with it. You signed up to be on the damn show. Of course, it wouldn't make for as good of ratings if they were like, oh, I'm sorry that we couldn't work it out. It's okay, you know. Good luck to you. Like, that wouldn't be good for ratings. So they always gotta like either choose people who would kind of have an overreaction at the end, or basically have the director tell them like, hey, you know, make your reaction look more concerning. You know, these are real people; they're not actors, but there is still some behind the scenes stuff that happens. Like, I recall. And JonTron had already talked about this a few years ago. I think it was 2020 when he talked. Yeah, it was 2020 we talked about. I remember now because he and a guest were like sitting really far apart. He was exaggerating the COVID-19 reaction by being in a hazmat suit. But anyway, the Kids Nation. There was actually a line that, like, the directors and stuff told one of the kids to actually say about chickens. Like, that wasn't actually just completely her own thought of mine. Like, she probably did think that, I guess, but they basically told her to say that just to make it more funny. So, while these are real people, there is still some influence from the production team over what they say or do sometimes. So, yeah, reality show. Yeah, sure. Thing about these shows is that, do any of them, like the ones who actually get together after the show ends, do any of them ever work out long term? Like, has that ever happened? You know what? That might be worth Googling sometime. I don't feel like looking it up on this video, but the thing is, it's not like as natural as it could be when it comes to a relationship, because it's on a show. You know, they're. I mean, I guess maybe they'll get to know each other more personally after, but what are the odds that works out? Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I'm glad you watched this reaction with me. Once again, JonTron, always a barrel of laughs. He's one of my favorite channels to actually react to. And There was actually something else I watched yesterday as well. I'm not gonna play it on here. I just want to show it real quick and talk briefly about it. But um, oh yeah, there we go. From Cracked. I had once done a reaction to Cracked. I think it was in 2021. One of their Honest Ads videos, and I'm gonna be honest. Honest Ads is literally the only thing I watch from Cracked. I don't even like the other stuff they do, but this Roger, I don't remember his full name. He's hilarious. But if cruises were honest, yeah. I had only been on a cruise ship once, and what I remember most about it were interactions with other people, not really like the cruise itself. Um, because yeah, basically a lot of stuff that's on a cruise ship you can already do in any major city. Like, why are you spending a fortune to do this on a ship? It was cool though that the cruise ship I was on, we left San Diego and went down to a very touristy city in Mexico. I forget the name of it. It's a pretty famous city actually, um, and it's well known for tourism. In fact, it's for a city in Mexico. It's kind of Americanized because it's so full of tourism. Like, McDonald's is there, and I mean, I'm sure there's McDonald's elsewhere in Mexico, but a lot of things that are quite familiar there. But it was a nice trip. But the cruise itself, it's like, okay, it was fun, but it's like this kind of stuff you can get at a hotel. You can get going to, a theater in town. It's you don't need to be on a cruise ship to enjoy this kind of stuff. So it's a really, really good, honest ad for sure. Um, yeah, I did have some strange interactions. I was 18 back. It was in 2006. I was 18 when I was on the cruise line, and I kid you not, some women who were like in their 30s were totally into into me, and I was only 18. I was like, awkward. Now I'm in my 30s, so they're like 50 right now. Like, geez, that's weird to think about. Anyways, oh yeah, and this thing, Sega Kills Sonic, actually, it's actually a game that the official like Sonic team from Sega actually made for April Fool's Day. And I'm thinking of playing it sometime. I don't know. Maybe if I have time, I'll live stream it. But I haven't really had time to live stream it all lately. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Click that bell icon to have your notifications. And yeah, there's probably not going to be another reaction video for at least a little while, unless maybe it's another JonTron, or depending on the length, a Scott the Woz episode if it comes out, or a new Angry Video Game Nerd episode. I mean, James uploaded a new AVGN episode in February, so I feel like he might do one relatively soon. But, it's always unexpected. What I do know is I actually saw a more recent video from the Cinemaster channel where James explains in detail what he does for writing an episode of AVGN, and he actually gave away that his next episode is going to be Earthworm Jim. Now, I'm excited for that. Kind of a surprise because Earthworm Jim is actually a really good game. It's a hard game, but it's a really good game. Maybe that's why I picked it. And it's also a really humorous game. Very humorous game. Because typically AVGN reviews really terrible games, so you can get like a legit angry reaction from him as he reviews it and explains what's going on. But sometimes he'll review a very good game, but he'll get frustrated again because it's a really hard game. Like when he reviewed Ghosts and Goblins for Halloween in 2012, or when he reviewed the Ninja Gaiden in I think it was 2010, I believe, and he also reviewed Street Fighter 2010 in 2010, and I could tell from that review, even from what he was even saying, it was actually a pretty good game. I actually downloaded it on the 3DS eShop onto my 2DS years ago. Never finished it. I got to the final level, which I remember him explaining is one of the most sadistic levels in video game history. So, yikes. But anyway, um, so yeah, he does occasionally review a good game if it's a hard game and he could actually get the angry reaction. I'm hoping that if he does with his Earthworm Jim review, he'll review the first one on the Genesis and the second one on the Super Nintendo. Because for some reason, the composer kind of messed up with the music for the Super Nintendo one of the first game, but it sounds really great on the Sega Genesis. And on the second game, the music sounds fairly good on the Genesis, but it sounds way better on the Super Nintendo because it's been proven time and time again that the Super Nintendo has better sound quality than the Sega Genesis. It just so happens to be that when a Sega Genesis game has really good music, somebody was really good at doing the synthesized music and making it actually sound really good. The Sonic the Hedgehog games are well known for that. So is Earthworm Jim 1. But anyway, there's more than just those two Earthworm Jim games. Those are just the ones people know about. There's Earthworm Jim 3D that came out for the N64, which I didn't even know existed until way later. Goes to show how lackluster that game turned out to be. There was an Earthworm Jim game I played on the Game Boy Color back in the late 90s. That was actually a pretty fun game. It was a very different game. It wasn't a platformer. Instead, it was each level was a big, massive, like sandbox, like really big room where you had to collect enough tokens to complete the level. And it was also really challenging too because there were a lot of enemies to deal with and all that stuff. Anyways, maybe he'll talk about those games as well. That'd be pretty cool if he did. I get the feeling he won't, though. I mean, I expected him to talk about more Kid Icarus games than just the original on NES when he was reviewing it. I thought he would at least also at least do a short review of the second one that came out for Game Boy a few years later. I believe he briefly, like very briefly, mentioned Kid Icarus Uprising on the 3DS, but I mean that's not something should be part of the review anyways because it's a completely different game, even though it's the same characters and some new ones. Anyways, I kind of went off on a tangent, but that said, appreciate you watching. Have a good one, and stay tuned for some more shorts. Actually, a friend of mine who helped me move some stuff out of my storage unit, we might be finally seeing the Super Mario Bros. Movie today. And I might even do a review of it. Maybe we'll both review it together. We've been in videos together before, just not on this channel, on a secondary channel I've discontinued years ago. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Have a good one.